out of 6 when they make the trip to Selhurst Park on Saturday. Our reporter Vinny O'Connor is watching their training session for us this afternoon. Vinny, good to see you. Look, not too many concerns for Arne Slot to worry about, but Giovanni Leoni, what's the update there?
Yeah, obviously he's not at training at the moment, but I'll step out the way so you can see exactly what's going on. But it looks like really desperate news for young Giovanni Leoni after his debut for Liverpool against Southampton in the AFL Cup the other night. Played 81 minutes, and for a lot of that, it looked like the perfect debut, but in the end going off with what looks to be an ACL injury, the £26 million who joined from Parma. And, of course, he's thanked the fans and thanked all the support that he's had since suffering that injury as well. We're still to get full confirmation from that. Of course, as to the full extent of that injury, we'll get that tomorrow, actually, when we speak to Arne Slot in his pre-match news conference ahead of that game against Crystal Palace. But at the end of the day as well, Liverpool do have plenty of options at centre-half. I know it's not an ideal situation for them because they have 3 first-choice centre-halves, if you like, in Van Dijk, Konate and Joe Gomez, now having lost Leoni. But they do have other players who can play at centre-half as well. Both Endo and Ryan Gravenberch can play there, of course. Andy Robertson has filled in at centre-half as well. They did miss out on Mark Guéhi on the final day of the transfer window, as we know. And I know the attitude around Liverpool is it would be foolish to walk away from a player that they came so close to signing as well. So we await how developments go on that in terms of what happens in January or possibly at the end of the season. We should also remember, of course, that Liverpool still have Reece Williams about the place. The last time he made a start for Liverpool was actually against Crystal Palace back in May 2021, as Liverpool were able to secure Champions League qualification, finishing third. They beat Crystal Palace 2-0 that day. Reece Williams partnering Nat Phillips at centre-half, but Reece Williams not actually training with the first-team squad at the moment here at Liverpool. But as I say, they do have options. It's just a really disappointing situation, the fact that it looks like Leoni is going to miss a large part of the season now with that injury he picked up against Southampton the other night.
Well, someone else who's going to be missing, Liverpool going to be without Hugo Ekitike this weekend as he's suspended. This has been a massive talking point, hasn't it, Vinny? So can we expect Alexander Isak then to start at Crystal Palace?
I think there's a good chance of it, and we're just looking at Liverpool's forward options, actually, because I keep going back to Federico Chiesa and the impact that he's had this season. I'm wondering whether he could actually come into the Champions League squad with that injury to Leoni, because he keeps contributing this season. The third goal against Bournemouth, of course, after Liverpool had been pegged back to 2-2 in that first game of the season. Left out of the Champions League squad, left out of the Merseyside derby squad, but then responds with both assists against Southampton. So doing everything to play himself into a role. There is an argument to say that he is playing himself into a role as well. But as you mentioned, obviously, first choice up front, Alexander Isak. They're still building up his fitness, but he is obviously out there training at the moment. He scored his first goal for the club since his £125 million deadline day move. Laid on by Federico Chiesa, who also laid on the goal for Hugo Ekitike as well. Ekitike replacing Alexander Isak at half-time in that game against Southampton, eventually scoring the winner as well, but suspended, as you say, Bella, for the weekend because of that second yellow card that he picked up for removing his shirt in celebrating that goal as well. Ideally, you wouldn't want to be without a forward option either when, as we say, Isak's building up his fitness, and they're going to Palace, who are unbeaten in 17 going back to April, of course, as well. And Ekitike has hit 5 goals and provided 1 assist in 8 games so far for Liverpool. But Isak played just under an hour against Atletico Madrid. Slot said that Isak felt his body a little bit more than ever after that Atletico game, so didn't start the Merseyside derby, coming on midway through the second half, and then played just 45 minutes in the EFL Cup this week before a warm-down out on the pitch, actually, at Anfield. But I think the likelihood is that he will start at Palace now. Remember, Liverpool scored 11 goals from 5 so far this season. Still got the likes of Mo Salah providing a goal or assist in all but one of Liverpool's 5 league games so far this season. 2 goals he scored in the Premier League as well. The late goal against Bournemouth to give that 2-goal cushion, that crucial late penalty against Burnley, as well as Liverpool's second against Atletico Madrid, of course, as well. And we saw him set up Gravenberch's derby at the weekend as well. What I think Arne Slot would like to see is a little bit more from Florian Wirtz, because, of course, no goal contribution since the Community Shield. But what I'm kind of emphasising here is the number of options that Liverpool had, the quality within their squad. And, of course, this weekend they go again against Crystal Palace.
Thanks, Vinny.